Previously on the Stanbic National Schools Championship.
One of the uniqueness of our products is that we are not only producing the ordinary cupcakes, but we are making them to look very nice.
For example, look at those young pumpkin leaves. They are steamed and eaten as sauce, which is very good and so tasty.
Test Kids Pride Bakers. You will live not to regret the investment you have put in us.
What an intense 42 days of the lockdown. With inter-district travel stopped, we had to take a few. But as soon as the president opened, we are back on the road. And in this episode, we're going to visit all the businesses across the entire country to see what they used and how they used the money we gave them. Our first stop, Kiguma Intensive here in Kigumba.
Oh, that is so nice.
It was on 1st of June this year. I'll never forget that marvelous year when we became the champions in Northern Region. It was quite tasking, but we managed to make it.
We gave you something to take home, some seed capital to get started. We just need to find out what has been going on since we left.
The 500,000 that you gave us,
we bought various assets that we have. One, we have a sigiri, we have a rolling board, we have like a whisker, we have jerry cans. So we have very many assets that we bought.
You're starting operation equipment.
Yes.
Yeah. Is what you used it for.
The most important in cake business is a weighing scale.
So this is butter, and this I've measured 1,500 grams. So this is sugar, 1,000 grams, approximately 1 kilogram. So if we're going to mix, we first whisk butter with sugar, and it turns creamy white. When it is creamy white, then we add eggs, and we whisk it for some 30 minutes. And then we add a flavor. This is vanilla flavor. So after adding the vanilla flavor, that's when the flour comes in. This is 2,500 grams. You know, when we are baking, quantity matters. So this is baking powder. Okay. So when we are adding the flour, we add them together with the baking powder.
Okay.
Yeah. So the last step is milk. After mixing all this, it's when we add milk.
concerning the pricing, this one here, it's at 500 each. Then this one is at 1,000. Then the cookies, as it is put, 1,000 each. After in threes, when they are packed. Then we come to the cakes, these big birthday cakes. This one was already in the process of being concluded, and it is at 30,000. This one, we are still in the process of icing it and making it to the finishing material, is at 50. The same applies to this one.
To surprise you, it's not me who teaches these people. These students came up with these ideas. This production manager, the chef, learns baking from home.
By definition, Otinowa essentially means our children. And as the work goes on here at the Children's Village, Stanbic is also putting in its contribution to shape their future. We're here to visit the Otinowa Beehive project in the Bees Grow category of this year's championship. Come with me.
First of all, welcome to Otinowa Comprehensive Secondary School. This is the Otinowa Honey Project. Yeah, so the 500,000 shillings that we received from Stanbic Bank, we bought 3 bee suits, then we bought a hand sprayer, and we bought bee knives.
Walk our viewers through what it's like to actually run a honey farm.
First of all,
you have to consider how you look at that particular time. You need to be clean, do not use perfume, do not bathe with perfumed soap, do not have any kind of makeup, and have dark colors when going to harvest honey.
What do you feel is your most unique selling point?
I think the quality of our honey, because it is 100% pure natural honey. We don't add anything to our honey. And then we try to keep our prices affordable.
From the time that the last investment was made to now, which is I think from June to August, what have your sales been?
Right now we have close to 8 million shillings.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. Close to 8 million shillings. These are some of the things we bought with the money that we got from Stanbic Bank. This one is called a smoker. We bought a hand sprayer. We bought bee brushes and bee knives. And then these are buckets. Yeah.
So when you're fully dressed in a bee suit, you use this one to smoke the bees in order to make them calm. So after that one, you spray them to stop them from flying. And since we don't intend to kill them, so we always use the brush to remove them. Yeah.
From the combs.
From the combs. And then when we're removing the comb, we use this knife to remove it.
You have very good honey, but it is concentrated in a very small area. And I think for me, that is the thing that we have to work on heavily. For me, my advice would be, how can we expand the market of the product we have right now?
You know how the Bible says that we are wonderfully and fearfully made? Well, the kids at Busoga High School have actually defined this. In your body is a raw material that they use for their business. Let's find out what that is.
We want to take this opportunity to welcome the team from National School Championships to Busoga High School. Right now, we are handling a product as Busoga High School, Feed the Earth. Initially, our dream was to produce a pesticide, but we were struck by the lockdown, and that one made acquisition of our major raw material very difficult. Our major raw material was urine, and we're getting urine from the students here. So when we scattered and went away, we got a bit blocked. So out of that, I sat with the team here, the chemistry teachers and the agriculture teachers, and we thought of using urea.
So is urea better than urine?
It is not better because urine has more acidity. Urea is mild, but like I've said, it is more of a fertilizer.
So Stanbic National Schools gave you some money.
Yes.
When you won. How did you spend that money?
We used that money to pay those guys who help us collect the materials we use. And since now we no longer collect urine, we use some money to get urea.
Our production, we start by collecting the raw materials. What we use are leaves. This is neem tree leaves. So we collect ash, but this ash, we sieve it. Yeah. Okay. So after that, we get red pepper. It's also dried. After drying it, we pound it. So once we have pounded this separately, we now get water. We buy the urea. So each 10 liters, we put there 2 kilograms of urea. So when they have dissolved after 2 weeks, we now come to the production. So in the production, we get quantities. We get 2 cups of this.
The chili.
The chili. We add 4 of this. We add 6 of ash together. Then we pour in our buckets, the troughs, and stir this. Then we put this dissolved urea. then stir. So when we are filtering, you just put like here, like this, and pour. So when we filter, that's the residue we get. So we get that residue, and then that product is what we pack.
In regards to recycling, because we do not like plastic and whereas we are trying to get rid of all that, so you can always tell your clients to
bring it back, we give you a discount.
You see, so that they can reuse the jerry can, yes, which is much easier for you. Yes, yes.
Home to more than 4,000 students, we have come to Mbale SS, that boasts of the urban tastes and food distribution company. And with the help of initial capital, 500,000 shillings from Stanbic, we come to see if the business is progressing, how it is progressing, and how they dream of expanding. Come with me.
It's actually lunchtime, so
We came at
good
the right
afternoon.
time.
We came at the right time, so we
Yes.
can actually assess the market that you have actually been working on to get. Congratulations! The last we spoke, you had opened a second franchise. You had one in school, and we're now at your second location. So my first thing is, did you manage to streamline your procedures? Like, how do you make sure there's no wastage? And how do you make sure that the quality is assured? Remember the advice I gave you, that for a franchise to be a proper franchise, the quality has to be the same in both locations.
So how we maintain the quality assurance is the people who prepare food this way are the same people who prepare food the other side. So the other side, the other branch, the school branch, that is, we are now in talks with the school administration to start officially cooking food for students.
What's the menu, by the way?
There is pilau meat, pilau liver, and then there are those ones who take pilau chicken. Then there is also fries, plain fries, fries eggs, fries liver, fries chicken as well, and also sausages we brought in.
So we happen to give you some money to venture into your business, and we're wondering, how did you use it? You had a plan for it before? Did you use it as planned? How did you use the money? Did you have any other contributions, that kind of thing?
So for the side of finances, the 500,000 helped us to be like buying more assortments, and we added on the 200 we started with.
So the 500 that was given met us with 5,600,000. Then we took off 400,000. So we used the 400 to run this place. It wasn't sustainable. That's when we shifted to construct the other structure. Otherwise, the 5 million would be way to 2 million, and it was making losses. Business-wise, we were being affected.
How much did you spend for the structure? So you used all the money you have, yet you're not working at the school. You're not operational, and you're not going to be operational
for a while,
for a very long time. You have a business which can give you money now.
With the food business, you must be having something to back up your business. So now, if what brought us to this level, because we started with 200,000 first, it gave us 500,000. And when the 500, with the 700,000, we had not bought all these kitchen assortments, blah, blah, blah. The school brought us to that level. Then we felt where we should heavily invest is the school.
This is good. And it's very progressive.
Yes.
What you can do between now and then is sit on a table with the school. Sit down with the admin and say, of every plate, we shall be doing this. The admin may give you someone to monitor the sales on their behalf, or agree with the admin that we shall pay you 500k per month to operate here. Yeah? Make a very simple agreement.
If they gave you permission to put this big, huge thing here, it cannot not work. You need a return on investment, and very fast.
Can be done.
never run out of business ideas, and that is why Chebambe Girls School is back with an even more interesting business idea. They are the finalists in the Western region and would want to find out, how is the maggot business doing? Come with me.
This year we came up with an innovation specially tailored for the farmers who are dealing in livestock farming. So we are producing a feed supplement, and we have called it BS larvae, or black soldier fly larvae.
The production process starts in the fly cages. In the fly cages, this is where we have the flies, the female flies and the male flies. So the fly cage is their love nest. This is where they mate from. So after mating, they lay eggs. We insert cardboards. These cardboards are cracked. This is where the black soldier flies lay their eggs. So after 3 to 4 days, we remove the cardboards and take them to the hatchery. In the hatchery, this is where hatching takes place. These eggs hatch into young larvae. Then we wait for other 4 days for them to grow. Then after the 4 days, we transfer them to the larvarium. This is the feeding stage. So in the larvarium, they eat everything, like everything organic. So after like 2 weeks, this black soldier fly larvae is ready for harvest.
We would like to understand why this very business.
Yeah, we chose this business because it has so much more in it. No, most businesses just attack one thing, but this business has so much more. For example, everything in there is sold. The eggs, the larva, the pupa, everything is sold.
Okay.
And it also helps us to clean the environment. So we are earning money, cleaning the environment, and the animals grow faster.
Why this black fly, that's black soldier fly?
The black soldier fly is neither a pest nor a vector. This black soldier fly, it doesn't spread diseases. It only feeds on water. Because we know these normal flies, they drop here, they carry germs, so it doesn't carry any germ because it doesn't feed on anything. It only sucks water.
The 500,000 you were given, what did you use it for?
Yeah, we started with the fly cages, as I told you. We're going to have more fly cages, and we had budgeted 170.
Okay.
So we constructed some, and we remained with like 15,000. Then we bought 30 buckets where you see the larva, the pupa and everything, and collecting as well. Each was 5,000, and that was 150,000 for those buckets. Feeds for that first month, we bought feeds for 40,000. Then substrate is where it's in the hatchery. We bought it at 20,000. Then cotton and gloves. The cotton is the one you saw in the cages, and the gloves, that one was 30,000. Then transport and communication to get the feeds coming to school and everything was 20,000. And then meals and other expenses for the teachers and us, that was 50,000.
So on that note, I am very, very, very happy and impressed, and I know the sky is the limit, and as Stanbic we will keep supporting so that we can grow you, but also grow other ladies in the process. So well done.
This is Chenjo JSS Multi-Soapers. We are manufacturers of mosquito repellent soap. This is a soap that repels mosquitoes, therefore protects its users from malaria and therefore, of course, death. Now, we chose mosquito repellent soap because there are very many people that are dying of malaria in Uganda. We did our research and found out that according to UNICEF, in their 2020 records, 13.4 million Ugandans have at least registered a case of malaria. So we decided to make mosquito repellent soap as a solution to the problem of malaria in Uganda, in Africa, and in the world.
So I need someone to take me through the numbers. How are we doing right now in regards to the sales? What is your market looking like?
So our total equity before the 500,000 stood at 1,077,200. And then we got to the 500,000 and we managed to raise a figure of, in total equity, 1,738,200.
So we still have so much stock
Yeah.
on our hands.
Yes.
So I think we have overproduced and not been able to sell. So we need to translate whatever we are doing in terms of the business rolling in money terms.
Yes.
So I think that's what we are missing here.
Yeah, we need to work
and we need to touch on it because we have so much stock at hand here and we are not selling out. Yeah.
But in a nutshell, without Judge Ruben, this has been excellent. We've come a long way. Guys, please clap for yourselves because who knew we would reach here? I love this and I hope also a section of this stays in the school as well. But definitely an out of school, like this will really work for us.
Welcome to King's College Budo, the inventors of Shuvera. King's College Budo is participating in the Startup Challenge and we can't wait to find out what this Shuvera business is all about. Join me as we find out.
You're most welcome to King's College Budo.
Thank you.
We are Shuvera Uganda and we are more than happy to receive you here. Shuvera is a protective shoe cover that helps in protecting shoes during rain, in case the place is muddy, or in case you just don't want your shoes to get dust, So Shuvera is going to help exactly deal with that problem.
We have had very many designs. We started with normal caveras, those clear ones, the green ones, black. Then, okay, it was not very durable as we wanted it to be. So we came to look for a harder PVC material that we can use and recycle it to make other Shuveras in case it's worn out. So that's the product we are making right now with PVC. Then we use also rubber at the bottom and some kind of carpet, a fiber carpet, where your sole of the shoe sits in the Shuvera, plus the glue that surrounds the shoe, and some zip ties to close it up and shoelaces to tighten up where your leg enters the shoe from, so that in case water is coming from up, it can't enter your shoes.
Why did you choose this business of all the businesses that you could have submitted?
Actually, I realized that it lines up with the SDGs of Stanbic. So when I just in the idea, it came up with an intention to solve poverty at a family level. If you get to realize parents spend too much money, let's say you have 4 kids and they are all reporting back to school, and let's say all the 4 are in Budo, right? And all their shoes have water damage. You have to buy new shoes.
How much does it cost to make a Shuvera and how much do you sell it for?
Now, production, currently, we began with the samples, as he had earlier told you, that we produced about 2 samples, which costed us about 150. Then we went on to do mass production of the first 20 pairs, which costed us about 200,000.
Is it for all sizes?
Let's say it needs different sizes to fit a particular size of a person.
Have you produced anything yet? Have you sold anything yet?
With the seed capture we're provided with and some extra funds, we have produced around 20 pairs.
Okay, excellent.
That's minus the sample.
What is the long-term vision for Shuvera?
First of the goals we want to have long-term is to change the materials we are using.
Okay.
We want to come from PVC and we go to fiber. Fiber, when let's say it's buried under the ground, it allows water to pass through. Okay. So that's one. And the second, we want it to be known worldwide.
At the end of the day, guys, well done. You've done something that hasn't been done before. By the time that you've come and you have done this, and you're from Budo, you are going to be an inspiration to so many students across the country. So I am looking forward to seeing this Shuvera empire next year at this time.
Mianga High School has been with us for the last 3 years, and they are back again in the Biz Grow category with urban farming, consultancy, and agriculture training. You still think that your home is too small to accommodate a home garden? Well, you might change your mind because what we are about to see is amazing. So join me.
We have a current project which is Urban Farming Consultants, which came from Urban Farming for Holistic Transformation. We have different plants, we have different vegetables in this project, whereby we have the skuma wiki, the lemongrass, amaranthus, so many. according to us, we have seen this project so profitable because when we go out there, when we teach the outside people, those parents of ours, they actually give us some money, whereby we save some, then to those that are involved are also given a certain percentage accordingly.
The business itself has changed the minds of the learners. Previously, some would take farming as a punishment. Somebody has committed a crime and then is told to dig.
Yes, that's true. How many students are involved? What's the share structure and how do they get paid?
To look at our share structure, when we see like we have gone out for trainings, those people that have been involved in those trainings, that have taught the parents, remember this is a consultancy, it's for some amount of money. So we take the 70% back to our club, whereby we save it, then the 30% is shared by the students.
What I've seen from your business model is you have three major priorities. One is the school farm itself and the produce that you sell. Two is the consultancy business. This is basically maybe helping people set up farms of their own. And then three is the training. So which one of those three is your cash cow?
Our cash cow, according to those three, is the consultants.
Stanbic National Schools Championship gave you some seed capital. How did you spend it? Did you spend it as planned? Give me an insight on how that you spent the seed capital.
We bought some more seeds, whereby we are planting them in the greenhouse. We bought out more garden tools. We bought out more pesticide. Though we are organic, we use some little pesticide from the out. But on that, I can bring in my teacher. Continue with that.
We used part of the money to buy 4 rabbits.
Oh, okay.
And we have increased the number of rabbits now there. We have around 14.
Tell us about your experience being a participant in the National Schools Championship and how it has affected your life and your community around.
For me, as Chintorias, my first experience was one. Agriculture is no longer punishment. Because urban farming for really has actually changed my mindset. Because for me, I knew farming is a punishment. But now, for me, I know that farming is for money.
Personally, I'm very impressed. I am new to the urban farming business, so my whole compound is quite like this almost, is getting there. So I'm very, very impressed with what you're doing. Also the fact that you're tackling something that is the backbone of this country, as we know agriculture is. So I applaud you for that. I applaud the school for allowing the students to use this as a learning platform. It's a demonstration farm, indeed.
Great businesses, immeasurable growth. The big question is, who in each of the categories will walk away with a grand prize? Follow the conversation using the hashtag StanbicUT Champions and hashtag #ItCanBe to keep updated on the highlights.